Little Kristina Kovac from Hungary, from Beckschaba. Lovely full in back out from her. Just 15 years old. The rules of the competition state that the gymnast must be 15 in the year of competition, so there are a few 14-year-olds around, but she is one of the youngest. My goodness, she's got strength for a youngster. That little punch front somersault at the end of a tumbling run could prove, Monica, that she really is a natural tumbler.
Yes, very, very powerful. Did very well in the European Championships, came 13th in the all-around event. By her age, we know that the European Championships was her first senior debut.
Lands the double tuck back at the end. Kristina Kovac from Hungary. Already a tough competitor, just 15 years old, but performing well on the big occasion. And here's the star of this particular rotation, Henrietta Onodi from Hungary. Took the bronze medal jointly in the European Championships in Brussels last May. Three twists there. She really is a star. Just 15 years old, burst on the scene in the European Championships. Took the equal bronze on floor and also won a gold on the asymmetric bars.
Nice front out of the double twist there. Onodi's tiny stature, but very, very powerful and extremely strong physically to be able to put a double pike back on the end of that exercise.
Great start. Again, that little elfin face, but it belies a mental toughness that all these gymnasts need. Trains 4 hours a day. Look at that. Double twist there and a little punch front somersault out of it. So well in control.
Wonderful technique here on this last tumble. Nice hip lift into the double back pike. Minor jump back on landing, but hardly losing a tenth.
And Onodi could get amongst the medals in the individual apparatus finals, so she's certainly somebody to look out for. Eva Rueda from Spain onto the asymmetric bars. Jaeger somersault. Rueda, the top Spaniard.
Sixth in the European Championships on the asymmetric bars. And overall in 7th position at those same championships. One of the strongest performers ever produced by the Spaniards.
Here comes the dismount. Tremendous lift, getting in. A layout first somersault, pike, second somersault. And their score 9.775. A tremendous start for Rueda. Kyoko Seo going up last for the Japanese team, and that should mean that she's their best performer. What the teams tend to do is to put someone steady on first and then gradually sort of build the difficulty of the exercises, so their best person goes up last and squeezes the highest score out of the judges. There, the Jaeger somersault, beautifully elevated. She lifted so well off the bar. Some of them sort of fall from the bar. Kachev in there too. Both moves originated on the men's high bar. And a double twisting double back. One twist, sorry.
And this really is an excellent routine, not only for the elements, but the way she goes into the elements. The Jaeger was preceded by a giant with a half twist. The latter part of the routine, the Kachev travelling over the bar in straddle backwards, working smoothly out of it towards her dismount. And the dismount is really a very, very big move. Here it is, a double back with a full twist. Half in the first somersault and half in the second. Excellent work.
Kyoko Seo, student from Tokyo. To the floor, Iveta Polokova from Czechoslovakia. Nice little punch front out of the double twist.
'19-year-old Polokova just recovered from injury. Wasn't in this year's European Championships. Going extremely well. Polokova, a very elegant performer. The bandaged right knee suggests that that has been the result of her absence from major competition this year. Excellent routine there from Czechoslovakia's Iveta Polokova.
Henrietta Onodi from Hungary. Onto the asymmetric bars. She's fully 1.5 meters away on a springboard. That little pirouette onto the low bar.
She's so confident that she hasn't even insisted on the coach removing the board from underneath the low bar. Really going well. Difficulty after difficulty. So tiny, only 134 centimetres. She can cast a handstand and giant between the bars.
European champion on this piece of apparatus, and you can see why. Beautiful control on the double back landing. Lovely, confident smile.
And really, John, it was faultless. She didn't have any arm bending to save elements. She didn't have a hitch on landing. She only had natural movement along the bars, which is permitted. Perfect timing from the Jaeger catch to the drop. Nice straight arm plant in the full twisting giant. Natural travel immediately into the double back tuck somersault. What more can the judges want?
And you look at it's perfectly on line, and a score 9.925. And who says gymnastics isn't fun? Well, she's going so well. 9.775 on floor, 9.825 on vault, and now 9.925 on asymmetric bars. Alicia Fernandez from Spain onto the floor. Just 134 centimeters. Tiny little girl. Comes from Madrid. 15 years old.
Besides good tumbles, all of her dance elements and transitional skills in between the tumbles are really well executed.
And she's having a tremendous competition for Spain. 9.7 on asymmetric bars, 9.875 on the beam, and that's the highest score on that piece of apparatus so far. So little Alicia Fernandez certainly doing her job for her country and for herself.
Yes, that was an excellent routine. Some beautiful tumbling, high leaps, good amplitude, just what the judges are looking for.
And she does remarkably well for a girl of just 134 centimeters, Monica. She does get some elegance and sparkle. She's not just an out-and-out tumbler.
No, she makes use of her size in her tumbling, but really can exaggerate and elevate all of her dance. It's a nice series here. Flick, whip back, flick, flick, building up her speed to finish the middle tumble run with her double back somersault.
And the round off, flick, and double back, a bit cowboyed. The knees tucked around the ears to help the rotation. But for a 15-year-old, that was some floor exercise. This is Miho Shinoda from Japan onto the beam. Shinoda, 17-year-old from Tokyo. And the Japanese girls definitely looking stronger, Monica.
Yes, indeed. On each piece of apparatus, I see tremendous improvement. Sukahara really is knocking the girls into shape. And they are more positive because, as a team, they have more strength. Their self-belief is better. Consequently, they're putting in better performances.
And Shinoda going extremely well at the moment. Well, she's certainly got elegance, this girl. Showing it off well on the beam. Double pike back, and she really landed that.
Yes, certainly not lacking in difficulty or confidence. Score 9.875, the highest so far.
Kyoko Seo from Japan signals the judges. The Japanese in the lead after 5 rotations of this group.
Nice, pull him back out. Very positive little gymnast. And really this music is very suitable for Kyoko because she doesn't have any real dance quality. She's essentially a tumbler, and she can disguise this with the fast-moving rapidity of her tumbles. Unfortunate 3/10 loss on the end of the last tumble.
She really is a very exciting gymnast now. I'm sure she's improved enormously, even in the 6 months since the European Championships in the spring. Started with a 9.775 on floor, 9.825 on the vault, 9.925 on the parallel bars.
And not only can she achieve all of the skills and the tumbles and is graceful, but she can produce the goods under pressure.
Well, it's too much to ask. I think that she keeps on improving her scores, but that a tremendous exercise from her. Great beam routine, and the scores just come up, 9.937.
And a closer look at that lovely combination from the somersault into the half-twist walkout.
Confirmation there, 9.937 the score. And there the position at the moment. Hungary in first place, 380.
Adrenaline, you're trying to control it, you need balance. And really that's when nerves of steel are required.
Just one last reminder that teamwork all important in this competition. Each team counts 6, and those 6 gymnasts all obviously trying to get through their exercise perfectly, but they can discard 1 score. So if there's 1 fall, that team not in trouble. The real thing anybody dreads in the team competition is an injury, because it means then you're going through with only 5 people competing, the pressure on them even more. We were talking this morning to the great Swiss gymnast Seldeger, Monica, and he was very disappointed at the Swiss finish, but they had exactly that problem. Flavio Rota, their almost most experienced man now, going out in the compulsory event.
Yes, and then of course the rot set in.
Starting with the East Germans, Tanja Köster. And they start their competition on P-bars, on the A-bars, sorry. The women started in gymnastics competing on the P-bars, but they changed them a few years ago.
Tanja did an inventive mount. It was an Arab spring and a somersault right over the bottom bar. She's going extremely well, stylish. The judges looking for straight arms into handstand transitions with as much swing as possible. Good clean routine, high double back dismount. Good start for the East Germans.
Over on vault, Pak Young-sil from North Korea. Full twisting Sukahara from her, really attacking that vault.
And along with Henrietta Onodi, only 134 centimetres high, the smallest competitors at these championships. She really does need all of the speed and the power she can collect on the runway. There, the half twist on, and then 1.5 somersaults from the hands and a full twist in the pucked position.
Yes, she's barely looking over the top of the horse, but gets tremendous spring and good flight. That scoreboard you can see there is actually a coding board. In women's gymnastics, they have to tell the judges which vault they're going to attempt. That her first vault in the women's competition. At all stages of competition, they have 2 vaults, and in this particular competition, it's the best of the 2 vaults that counts. She can either do the same vault again and hope to actually score a better mark because she's doing it rather better, or she can, having got a good mark on the first vault, add in some more difficulty. There are the judges in consultation. We hope there's not too much of that because it does slow down the competition. But if there's too big a discrepancy between the marks of the 6 judges, that's how many there are, and that of the master judge, then the master judge, who's in addition to those 6, will call them up and ask why somebody is so high or somebody else so low.
At the beginning of a competition, it's most important that the standard is set correctly, because the competition has been going on for most of the day and the judges have had a long day, and the master judges are in charge of their jury, and they must see that they're on the right thinking lines. If they're not on the right wavelength to begin with, then all kinds of problems can occur as time goes on.
Tanja Köster from East Germany, we saw her asymmetric bars routine. She scored very well indeed, 9.7. That's the sort of start they'll be looking for. And we're going back to the A-bars. Christian Toms.
Well caught Jaeger somersault. East German men who won the silver yesterday in the audience, cheering the girls along. Full twisting giant, that's going round the bar and producing a full twist. Oh dear, stumble on the dismount.
Comes from Stralsund. There, the Jaeger somersault. Very popular move now on the asymmetric bars, dropping down and continuing the routine on the bottom bar.
And we go over to beam Maziana Pilic-Zinova from Bulgaria. New member of the Bulgarian team. Unfortunate for her, that's 5/10 of a mark she loses for that fall, a statutory deduction.
.360-degree pirouette there. That's a compulsory element in every beam routine. And it's not so easy when you're on something just 10 centimeters wide. Off again, this a disaster for her. That's now certain that she's being marked out of 9. But because it's the team event, they can discard this score, but they can't afford any more mistakes. And Bulgaria, Monica, not really having a very happy time. Having climbed up, they were in the top 4 at Budapest and at Montreal, dropped down to 5th at Rotterdam, and they're going to struggle to even hold on to a place in the top 6 here, aren't they?
Yes, they lying in 7th place, and they looked so good. Both the men and the women looked so good in Seoul. This is really disappointing, but I see a sympathetic word there from the coach, not taking the hard line.
Little Pack scored 9.3 for that first vault we saw, but she bettered it on the second one and scored 9.4. And Tom scored 9.687 for her A-bars. So the East Germans now in the voluntary exercises beginning to pull the marks back again, going well. As you can see, a big crowd in for this championship. The real sort of blue ribbon events, the individual all-rounds tomorrow and Friday.
Bulgarians waiting patiently to go on beam. Rosita Kajadova.
But the score there taking so long to come through. We're back on to the A-bars. 8.637 Polic scored.
Janka Daubner from East Germany to the asymmetric bars. East Germans going really well, and they need to, but that will have stopped Janka's swing. 3/10 away for an extra swing and a break in rhythm.
Yes, you don't only have to fall off to get a 0.3 deduction. It's the equivalent of a hands down on the floor exercise. If you have to put in an extra swing, it means the routine's been disturbed.
Indeed, every fault is deductible. Bent arms, shifting of the hands, break and swing, parting of the legs, bending of the legs. There's the Kachev. She clips her left foot, and that really causes her to be off balance, and she has to produce an extra swing to continue with the exercise.
You very often see the coaches stand in behind the low bar for that exact move. It is very dangerous, because if it does go wrong, in that case it didn't go wrong very badly, but if it had gone a little more wrong than that, she'd have been in real trouble and would have been pitched over backwards. There, her dismount, lands the double back somersault. Janka Daubner, we really are not familiar with these East Germans, having known the others for so long. They've got such a tremendous tradition in women's gymnastics. The great Maxi Nauk in the early 80s. Again, problems with the scoring. The judges determined to get it right. Madam Simonescu from Romania, the head judge on the asymmetric bars. We'll give you that one when we can, but we go to floor. Larissa Lowing from Canada.
Canadians starting in 8th place, but they really are looking good at these World Championships. They stick at that position. That's as high as they were in Rotterdam, but they'll be looking to improve on that place. Larissa from Scarborough in Ontario, coached by Leonid Gurkovsky, the Soviet coach that is now placed in Canada and responsible for the upsurge in gymnastics in the Canadian team.
Larissa Lowing. Nice bouncy exercise to suit her personality. Sometimes find gymnasts selecting music that's totally at odds with their character. Some more suited to being dramatic, some more suited to sort of exuberant music. You've got to show some sort of balance, but you can push it your way.
That a very nice exit from the twisting somersault to front drop, very difficult to control.
It's always good to see them doing something coming out of the twist, because it does mean they're absolutely in control, doesn't it, Monica? Cowboying still that double back somersault.
Showing a high degree of fitness there on floor. Cardiovascular fitness is very important to the gymnast on the floor. They mustn't get puffed out too much, and they must be able to balance the difficulty of the skills.
Janka Daubner's asymmetric bar score, 9.312.
Astrid Hies from East Germany, the last girl up on the A bars. Important that they keep their spirits high. They have to squeeze every tenth that they can out of the judges. Nice clean high Jaeger, Ginger, all of these moves firstly produced by male gymnasts on the high bar. Straddle Hecht.
Double back dismount. They'll be pleased with that, because that will lift the scores. Already in the bag, they had a 9.85, a 9.7, a 9.687, a 9.312, and that's what they'll be hoping to discard, and a 9.787. If you can get rid of a 9.312, you're not in too bad a shape.
Indeed. A set of good scores to start off with. Very enthusiastic East German crowd following their team. Of course, East Germans are fanatical about gymnastics. It's just about a major sport out there. That was a nice full twisting Sukahara there from Hwang Bo-sil from North Korea.
Hwang Bo-sil from the Pyongyang City Club in Pyongyang. Must be very difficult for identification there, because they've got 3 gymnasts here with the surname of Kim, and 2 of them come from that Pyongyang City Club. 5 of the 6 in the team all come from the same club. And Hies's asymmetric bar score is spectacular, 9.925. So the East Germans back on course, and remember, they still could pull themselves back into the top 4. They've started in this 5 to 8 segment because they didn't score well in their compulsory exercises, but more scores like that and they'll be hauling themselves back up into medal contention. Larissa Lowing, by the way, scored 9.6 for her floor exercise.
Hwang Bo-sil scored 9.437 for her first vault, now her second. Oh, and that was far superior. That was a Yurchenko, an Arab spring beginning onto the board, then the 1.5 somersaults from the hands and a full twist in the straight position. It really was an excellent vault.
A happier couple of coaches there. Good speed. There's the round off, or the Arab spring. Back, and it's all about how long really you can hold that position, and that depends on how much lift you get off the top of the apparatus, and she held it very clearly for the judges to see.